Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play Eador Master of the Broken Worlds with no fair fights. We are actually, well, more or less leaving this shard very shortly. We can try to make some good karma on the way. Maybe we can squeeze some more out of it. And we can, that is excellent. Let's just travel around, hope for the good stuff. Let them leave. Yeah, we assault. We can do that in quick combat, no problem. Hopefully. Quick combat, no limits. They're all dead, we win. Hooray. Well, there are no way they can win either. We don't take this hero with us. We take this hero with us because he's the best I've ever built, I think. This hero here, even without any equipment, is able to hold his own against first circle enemies. Well, first tier 1 enemies, more or less. He has a very good resistance. He has good melee and range defense. He's regenerating. He does get enough damage in close combat. He's extremely mobile. He has a lot of life points and a lot of stamina. He's just what we need. Give him a bow and he's far more than that. He's got precision shot, which means he reduces the enemy's resistance or enemy's range defense. And all in all, I think that is the best way to build a hero. And of course he's getting double income from special locations, and he's got extra loot from every fight. So he's wonderful. He's just outstandingly wonderful. We don't need any of that crap. So excellent. Yes, sir. We're getting the source of gold, which is good because converts gems into gold, and gold is always useful. That is not so good because it converts gold into gems, and we don't need that many gems. That is pretty much useless. That thing here is outstanding because it gives a lot of karma, and this guy's, I know, too little life points. I know. Defenses are horrible. But look at the range. That range is outstanding. That even outshoots an elf. You say he has too little ammo. Well, he has meditation, so in fact he has unlimited ammo. He can heal pretty good. Yes, the upkeep is horribly high. Main problem is the little life points. That is good because speeds up exploration and is not that expensive. So could have been worse. Boss, concerning the use of your image in advertisement, I've got to say your face is rather in demand. Several respectable establishments have sent their offers. The largest is 250 energy. That is more than good. I'll take that. Your time has come, Masters, just as I promised. I will destroy you and your foolishness and stubbornness. Had you heeded my word before, things would have been different. Okay, you will die for this. Attack me and you see I'm right. Wait, Nestor, it looks like I'll both be overreacting. Let's forget this embarrassing misunderstanding. Sure. I will do that for once. What do we have here? Small and 8 energy? Or small and 14 energy? Holy shit, that's good. 14 energy. We get that what we don't need. We get that what we don't need. And we get this what we don't need. It's a developed world. That is good. It's forest, that could be good. So actually we have the saving and loading problem again, so the game tends to crash when I enter a shard, so we must be very careful. So Nestris here actually disgust. Why don't you like us? He won't tell to us. He's indifferent, although we're that good. She's indifferent, although we're that good. Dislike. Didn't even know you had an opinion. Sympathy. He likes us. That's good to know. And what's with the other guy? Dislike. Ugh. Okay, he wants mission parts. We don't give him that. We have 4 keys of truth. The next key of truth will be located in an elven area. Not that easy to find. What karma do we have? Where is it? Glory shards. I think we can see our karma somewhere. The pure. Okay, that means We're really good on karma. Let's talk to our guy here. What do you know about the law of karma? Oh, that a convenient law. It means that every convenience used against those who believe in it. Whenever someone wants to play a nasty trick on you, you say, hey, karma will punish you. So instead of being mean, he'll give you the shirt off his back. Thus, everybody's happy. You got the shirt, and he convinced that the karma will reward him. So you think that this law of karma doesn't exist? No, I think he thinks that's some kind of marketing trick, actually. If it did exist, all the wild creatures in this universe would be died out long ago because of their melons. But I see just the opposite. They're fruitful and multiplying. Well, what about the good always triumphing against evil? Well, boss, I've never thought you'd ask something so naive. It's obvious. History is written by the winners, and the winners always consider themselves good. Whenever a greedy human baron plunders and burns down some peaceful elven town, have no doubt, his personal chronicle will write a glorious saga about the kind baron chancing the vile wicked elves. I still believe that karma exists. Well, that's up to you, boss. Just remember that whenever you feel like giving poor Sarah a hard time, karma won't forgive you. That's for sure. No way. Consider me a punishment sent to you by karma itself. Okay, we have more questions. Why does the world consist of shards? I just love questions like this, boss. Kind of like, why is the water wet? Or why is the sky blue? And so on. It's just the way the world is. There are plenty of things in this world that I don't like. But if you don't learn to take it as it is, your life will be much harder. Just spare me your philosophical preaching. I have no objections to the water being wet and the sky being blue, but separate shards, that's somehow wrong. As if they used to be parts of something greater. I got you, boss. You're trying to just justify your pretty passion of conquering shards and putting them together in one bundle, proudly called the world. Don't bother. Things aren't that complicated. It's just plain greed and lust for power, understandable feelings, inherent to most sentient beings. So there is no need to be ashamed or invent lofty excuses. Can you give a proper answer to a question once? I bet you know the shards are somehow unnatural. I always give proper answers to your questions, boss. It's just that you don't always take my answers properly. Would you like to listen about some nonsense, the one world and the creator, all those pre-sky stuff the believers had with? Sure. I know a bunch of tales like that. Each race has several versions, and every single one is so ridiculous it's impossible to forget, like a good joke. Well, I'd be delighted to listen to some of these jokes, Jar. As you wish. For instance, there is one legend that pigbird mine dwarfs and other lesser dwarfs believe. It was in younger day, when the mountains young bestowed their countless wealth unto their sons, and the best of the forest and plain dared to not stick a snout into the sacred chambers. A dwarven clan, I dare not defile my tale with this full name, for it become the most of curses thereupon, disdained the great blacksmith's gift on purpose, and left the underground chambers, leaving the riches of earth for branches and corns of the forest. Angered of the sacrilege most foul, the great blacksmith the hammer took he once used to forge the world, and struck the creation of his asunder, shattering it into shards innumerably. And the clan that had betrayed the great blacksmith's cause was cursed with a terrible curse, fell off their beards, lengthened their bones, and many deformity took them. Elves they're called now. Oh boy. Well, that's a dwarven story. Fun story. Can you tell me anything else? Of course, boss, whatever you wish. There is a orc story shamans tell in order to regain respect in the eyes of their fellow tribesmen. There was Urugu. Urugu was strong. Urugu bait anyone he wanted to. No one beat Urugu. But Grok came and fought Urugu. Urugu saw he couldn't beat Grok. Then Urugu struck his drum, and the world shattered. And Urugu himself shattered. Parts of Urugu floated in the sky, looking for the orcs to dwell in them. And when a part of Urugu dwells in an orc, power he gains. Only the one who has the part of Urugu can become a shaman. Okay. Do you know any stories that aren't quite so dumb? Every story is dumb for the one who's not smart enough to see its hidden meaning. Why are you looking at me like that, boss? I wasn't talking about you. Would you like to hear a tale of a more advanced mortals? I can tell you an elven legend, although the elves have a couple of screws loose. They're about romance and whiny things. There's been a theory that goblins have. It's all logical and well down to earth. Which one would you like to hear? I take the goblin ones. I love the goblin story. It's a brief and cautious tale. Once there lived a rich merchant named Glaris. So rich he was that he could conduct trade outside the bundles of the world. Often his clients were demons. So one wealthy demon offered Glycer a good piece for half of the lands he owned. Glycer accepted, and the demon took these lands into the chaos. But he decided to scrimp on his workforce, sending imps to detach the lands from the world itself, and everything went away, as usual with imps, and the world fell apart. End of story. What's so cautionary about this story? I'm glad you asked, boss. The moral of the tale is, whenever you shrimp on your workforce, you know what I mean. Never shrimp on your workforce, skimp. I'm pretty sure that the demon meant to tear the world apart, so your conclusions were all wrong. Sorry, sir. Boss, anyone ever told you that you're intolerable? I suppose so. Most likely you did. Okay. You guessed it, boss. Too bad I'll have to wait until your memory fails you again before I get to repeat this. Well, expectations are half the fun, so enjoy it. Okay, I think my son is really, really unhappy now. Perhaps I should go down and look after him. It's time for him to go to bed, and it's really hard time for him to go to bed today. So I'll stop it here, and then we'll go for... what is this? Oh, look at that. Teleport. Anti-magic, master spell, and I think that's some kind of defensive ritual. Hypnotize. The buildings are good. The buildings here are not that good. I mean, this is okay. Artificial markets, well, yeah, not really good. But they're both small, and this gives double the energy. Well, nearly double the energy, but you get the point. So we'll see each other again next time. Until then, bye.